10 truths that make someone chase you. So, if you didn't hear me back there, you are always the one that mirrors their energy. Pretending you're chill while inside your stomach is doing backflips. You are the one who wants the guy you can't really have, the one giving crumbs that feel like a 5-course meal. Or thinks the guy who barely texts while the one who would actually treat you right gets nothing. You reply his hey like it's Shakespeare, analyzing every punctuation, every pause, every emoji. And you're the one who writes already the breakup speech in your head, even though you're not even together yet. It feels like 10% exciting and 90% actually stressed, trapped in your own emotional escape room. You're the one who falls for the fantasy version of him, not the reality, because it feels safer than uncertainty. If it sounds like you, come closer, come closer. You're not crazy, you're just anxious attached. It's your anxious attachment rewiring is screaming, your nervous system is on high alert and your brain just keeps hitting repeat. Okay, it's time to take a deep breath. Let it out. It's time to flip this script and stop chasing. In this episode, I'm giving you 10 truths to make someone chase you, backed by science, psychology, and even from nature, okay? By the way, by the end, you'll know exactly how to hold your own boundaries, be the prize, stay magnetic, and finally let him do the work for a change, because you've already doing way too much, trying to prove you're good enough. Here we go. By the way, I am Yula. If you're new here, I am the Anxious to Secure coach, and welcome to the Anxious to Secure podcast. Breathe, grab a pen and paper, and let's go. Number 1 is whatever is being chased runs. So when you chase, he will run. Emotionally, mentally, physically. When you are being attacked by something or something runs towards you, what is your first instinct? This is pure survival wiring. Just like when a wave suddenly rushes towards you, your body steps a few steps back. Even though you love the ocean, you might love the sea, it's just automatic. It's an instinct. Imagine, like back in school, when a group of kids bullied you or ignored you, you didn't even like them, but your brain still obsessed anyway. You were chasing their approval because of rejection. So fast forward now into dating. You sent 3 long paragraphs. Text like, I didn't mean to sound weird, and he takes 7 hours to reply. Your stomach drops and you get more into your head about things, and your chest tightens more and your mind spins and your brain goes into threat mode, not romance mode. So the shift is when you stop mentally running towards him, he feels space, he feels the pull, and he starts moving towards you. Second is, the more unavailable he is, the more your brain really craves him. So scarcity hits your brain like a drug. Think back in school, the kids were like ignoring you, and who was more like into someone else, into another girl. The one who actually ignored you made one tiny comment, and you, even the girls who didn't really invite you into your group, you obsessed over them. Lying awake at night, it's like, oh, why did they say this thing? Why don't they like me? Even though you didn't actually want them. You just want to be liked, and it's about, about rejection. You want to fit in. It was scarcity. And the same is truth for today. Again, he cancels last minute, posts a story without you, just with his friends. He ignores a text for 5 hours, or he just suddenly ghosts you, and suddenly you checked his profile every hour, or you refresh your WhatsApp message every few seconds and check, hey, has he actually read your message? So dopamine spikes when something's very unpredictable. Your brain confuses uncertainty with importance. Even in nature, like female chooses the male who's hardest to impress, not the easy one. And this isn't love, it's survival mixed with scarcity together. When you stop treating his unavailability like it's a reward and you choose your own plans, your own life, he will feel the shift. Your energy isn't chasing anymore. It's not all putting all your focus on him only. That's when he starts chasing you. 3 is rejection hits your brain like it's actual physical pain. You know, a cold okay or a dry sure or just a thumbs up, your chest literally hurts as if it's physical pain. It's not just metaphorically, it's literal. Your brain fires up the same regions it uses for physical pain. He takes longer to reply and your body reacts the same way, like you're being abandoned in the wild. So when you stop reacting to every micro rejection and you stop feeding the dynamic, your calm pulls him in. You need to realize that you're allowed to feel that pain, but then don't take the rejection as a rejection towards you, but actually as a redirection. You don't want to sit on that table. You don't want to be included on every conversation in every group. You want to attract the people who are right for you, but allow yourself to feel the sting, the rejection, and then move towards people who are actually more aligned with you. 4. When 19 people adore you and love you and want to be friends with you and give you compliments, and one person ignores you or makes a snarky comment towards you or criticizes you, your brain will lock into that one person, into the one criticism. If you get like 20 likes on social media on one post and there's one comment that points out something, the way you talk, the way you dress, you will obsess over that one negative comment any day over the 20 other comments or likes. Your brain always focuses on the negatives versus the positives. You're not drawn to the best ones. You're drawn to the most familiar wound as well. Or when you're dating, 3 guys flirt with you at the bar, really cute ones, nice ones, and the one who like completely ignores you, flirts with other girls, and didn't even look at you once, that's the one you can't get your eyes off. That's the one that you actually want. And that's literally survival wiring. So your brain has learned long ago that unpredictable is really important to win someone over. So even animals do this. Female chooses the male who stands more out, not the one who gives attention without much effort. But when you stop choosing the one who actually ignores you, the one who's already there, who already is actually a good match, who pays attention to you, who opens the doors for you, who asks you out, who has a conversation with you, who's kind, who has a good heart, not the one who ignores you, you put your energy on the ones who actually show up, who actually are interested in you, not the ones who ignore you, who play games. And your entire vibe shifts. And that's when men lean in a little bit harder and everyone else notices you even more, because then you actually focus on what is good for you. And your nervous system and your self-esteem will thank you so much for that. Number 5, when you chase, he relaxes. When you relax, he chases. Men feel alive when they earn you, not when you hand yourself over like you're a free upgrade. Back in cave times, men hunted, right? Protected and provided. That is still locked up in themselves. That's still something they want and achieve to feel manly. That's in their instinct, that is wiring. It's built on effort and competition, and women choose carefully to keep the tribe safe. Nature provides it too. Look at male birds, they dance, and peacocks flash their colors, and dolphins bring gifts. The male puts in the effort. That is just a fact. The female are the ones who choose. So at a bar, let them do their first step, come over, while you just lean back, be approachable. That's very important. Don't be ice cold and very picky and play games. No, be approachable with your body and with your eyes, but then be selective and you choose. So anxious attachment flips this, however. You give always 100% of yourself instantly, right away from the get-go, because you only love yourself, let's be honest, maybe 10%, maybe 20%, and hope he fills the rest of your love tank. So you're over texting and you overgive and rearrange your life just to keep him around you because right now you're starving, because you don't know how to give yourself the love, because you have really realized, hey, you know what, he gives me the 90%, he gives me the 80%, I need this from him. So you really try to overachieve and overdo and try to pull him closer and love so hard that it is suffocating. For an avoidant attachment style and even for secure attachment styles. When you shift, however, and give yourself first 20% and end up at maybe 60-70% already, that's a huge change. You stay warm but not overly available for him. He has to invest to reach your full attention, okay? He just has to. That tiny bit of unpredictability makes him wake up. So dating is a little bit similar. You don't want to drop everything for him. You actually want to let him earn, your time being with you over time gradually. Like, see who he is as a person and let him win you over. Like, let him initiate plans and see if he can actually do that. If not, like, why do you want to be with him actually if he can't, step into his masculine energy? Let him show him effort and consistency. Realize, hey, what are his core values? Now our goals are aligned, and you can't realize this at the beginning right away if you attach too fast, too soon. And he feels that challenge and he feels then the reward. And this is exactly what it's all about. And once he then brings up the consistency, then, only then, you bring the softness more and the warmth and the peace. And it's a perfect match. The balance makes him feel drawn in and excited to be proud and motivated to also keep chasing. It has to start from a man chases you at the beginning, while you lean back. Even later married, he still needs to a little bit win you over time. Can't be completely cut off where he knows exactly he's got you now and there's nothing he can lose and you will never walk away. There has to be a little bit of this, you know what? Make it fun, make it cute, not like, okay, make him feel like you're playing games all the time, or you're manipulating him, or you're playing these tests on him, okay? It has to be in a way that is magnetic and exciting. Before I continue, let me share something with you. I have a free attachment library. If you haven't checked it out, don't miss out on it. It's packed with 30 plus free resources that actually help me to calm anxiety and go from anxious to secure. Just a few things that might help, not just theory. There are things like worksheets, quizzes to find out your unmet needs in your relationship, because if you don't know what they are, you will always sabotage. That's what our subconscious mind does. There are journaling prompts to find out what are your abandonment fears, quizzes as well if it's your anxiety, your intuition, or again, if you have never done this, figure out for sure if you are actually anxiously attached or disorganized attached, flowcharts to when your partner doesn't text you back, boundary, guides, 20 ways to stop abandoning yourself, self-esteem, checklists, guides, subconscious rewiring tools, stop being needy guide, and so much more. So check it out. Oh, and also, I never really promote this, but there's this €7 entry guide with 100 plus pages of where I go over how I went from anxious to secure, my 4R method. Like, it's really jam-packed of information, like a starter guide you want to get if you want to become securely attached, if you want to apply some actions, if you want to figure out what are some myths, what are the things that keep you stuck, to really realize, hey, you know what did I do? What do you want to maybe apply from this yourself? It also covers the foundation of attachment theory, so grab this as well. And again, below the video or the podcast, you'll also see the different ways you can work with me one-on-one. If you want quick coaching during the week, like fast tools, step-by-step plans, and little reassurance boost when your brain goes like in panic mode, when you don't feel like you're good enough, then my coaching is perfect. I have WhatsApp coaching where we just text, or I leave you WhatsApp voice notes, or I also have long-term support where we go deep into the roots, where I coach you like in video coaching calls bi-weekly or as many times as you want. It's not about talking the surface level things. It's actually going deep into the root causes and then applying action steps in between the coaching calls. It's extremely important. I also believe like 20% is happening during the coaching calls and 80% at least is happening what you apply, because we are really working with practical tools here. So if this sounds like you, if you want to become more secure, stop chasing your partner and empower yourself, I'm your girl. Reach out if this is for you. If you no longer want to live in your head and actually want to create results this year. Also, my coaching spots at the moment filling up very fast, so it's possible that you're going to be sent to a waiting list for about 1 or 2 months, sometimes 3 months. So check out if it's available, but yeah, email me or hop on a free call with me to go a little bit deeper. So let's jump into number 6. Obsession kicks in when your body thinks you're about to be abandoned. You are not obsessing because he's your soulmate. You're obsessing usually because your body is reliving old rewiring, panic rewiring. Let's say you are in 3rd grade and everyone runs off the playground because there is like a group game and you're not picked. Or I don't know if it happened to you, there's a game and you are picked last and you're thinking like, okay, they don't like me, they don't think I'm good enough, and your stomach twists and you replay trying to figure out what you did wrong. The same rewiring shows up now. When he sits on the couch and he's focusing on his phone and he doesn't engage with your chats, or he goes off with his friends and he doesn't ask you to tag along, or your friends are having like parties and you're not invited, your friends are having a conversation and they're all laughing about the same joke, you have no idea what they're even talking about, and you're like, wait a second, did they have conversations outside this group chat? And this can feel a lot. And this is because your brain thinks you're about to be abandoned, not because it's actually happening, but because you're thinking about you are or you will be abandoned. So in tribal times, being excluded was literally a threat to your survival. This is always linked back in your brain, somewhere in a little corner. You're always thinking, okay, when you're excluded in something, this means something bad is going to happen. This means I won't survive this. So your brain hasn't updated this kind of software yet. Sorry, I don't know why my hair is always in my pocket, but hey, why not? So again, your brain hasn't been updated to this new software that we're living in 2026, that you're not 30 or 40 years old and that you are adult enough that you can handle emotions now, that you maybe haven't learned it perfectly, but that you can handle rejection, that you're not going to die anymore. It can feel very uncomfortable, but that you are okay. It doesn't mean anything personal, and even if your friends didn't invite you because of you, so what? Let them. I'm not quoting Mel Robbins here, by the way, because she stole that let them theory from someone else, but anyways. So it's your reactions to them texting a little bit slower or them not including you that is the way you now, your nervous system is responding to that situation. It's your thoughts that you keep repeating on repeat, on loop. It's like, okay, this means death. This means something bad. This means they will leave. This means I'm not good enough. So slow down, take a deep breath in, be conscious of your thoughts, that this is your thoughts, that this is not true. It makes sense, linked to the past, back to times when we used to live in caves. It reinforced because of my childhood and because of how people treated me. And if we have a belief, we will always find proof for this. But right now, I can handle it. I am strong enough. And I have people, there are thousands of people on this planet, probably millions, who experience the same emotional pain as I do. So the trick is here, you can name your old fear and realize it's not current danger, it's actually old rewiring, old pain. So shift your attention to something tiny, grounding today. You can make yourself a cup of tea or coffee. You can even reach out to a friend and share this with them. You don't have to feel ashamed about this. You can just go outside and just, stand in the sunlight and just connect with the present moment right now. You can just put a hand on your heart as well, which can be very soothing, or take like a double breath in, like fill up the lungs with more air one more time. So like a double breath in. Until you think you can't hold in any more air. And then let it all out. And you can take a sigh or like a woo sound, like woo. Because this is regulating your vagus nerve and stimulating it. And then it's also more soothing. And you can do this whenever you feel like you're dysregulated and you need something for yourself. And here's the thing, when you stop spiraling and stop chasing their reaction, what they think, what they do, their replies, their words, their actions, your energy settles. He feels the calm and confidence eventually, or your friends, and they want to invite you. They don't want to reject you. But the wrong people will always reject you because maybe they're going to be jealous of you. And so be it. However, people who actually want you and see you as magnetic, they will invite you more. But then maybe you're at the point where you like tell them, you know what, I'm okay. I don't need to be included. I'm good by myself. But if it's people like actually you want to realize, hey, you know what, my partner doesn't abandon me right now. They're just busy on their phone because they need to regulate their nervous system and it's not about me, then even better. So truth number 7 is if he can predict you, he stops pursuing you. So this is again something we talked about a little bit before, but basically predictability feels kind of safe. And that's good, but also kind of boring if it's too much, if it's all the time. So let me prove this to you fast. Again, back then, that toy you always had, you didn't really care about that much, right? Because it was yours, you always played with it. But the one little Tommy wouldn't share with you, you were obsessed with. You even bullied him or took it away from him, even though you were very nice. You wanted it more because you couldn't have it. Same in dating. If you're always available, you're always ready, you're always replying, the second he texts, he relaxes and he feels like she's mine anyway. I don't need to try anymore. He stops putting in the effort and he gets very comfortable, too comfortable. He starts crossing your boundaries eventually because he knows you will never walk away from him. You will never ask for a divorce because he knows exactly, you need him much more than he actually needs you. You are so dependent on him. But when you actually have a life, gym, plans, friends, work, goals, and you reply and you don't wait at the door when he comes back from work or when you're sometimes not even home and don't always update him with all of your plans, what you're doing all day, and he actually needs to text you, hey babe, where are you? Why are you not home? Then it creates a little bit more unpredictability and life doesn't get as boring. A tiny bit of healthy unpredictability makes the brain fire up. Mystery means really attraction, and not in a toxic game playing kind of way, not in this black cat energy, but more in a hey, you still have to put in effort for me kind of way. Yes. So, and truth number 8 is your fantasy version of him does 95% of the chasing. You are actually not that attached to him. Let's be honest here. You're actually attached to the story, to the idea you have in your head about him. And this will help you, by the way, if you're going through breakups, especially as well. So listen, just like back in school, when you made up the little daydreams about your first guy you're into, the classmate, because he was so cute. So your world felt actually a little bit safer. Your mind fills gaps because it hated uncertainty. And today you imagine him sending you long, sweet messages, showering you with compliments and flowers, remembering everything, showing up perfectly. But in real life, maybe he's a little bit inconsistent, maybe distracted, maybe doesn't share anything that's on his mind truly with you anymore. And the fantasy feels safer than reality. It happens so many times after a breakup. We only remember the good parts, oh, he was my soulmate, I will never find anyone like him. Like, excuse me, wasn't there a reason why you guys broke up? Wasn't there a reason why it didn't work out? Remember the things also that led to this, okay? I'm sure he wasn't the knight in shining armor that you right now remember or your brain wants to remember. Fantasy feels safer than reality, but it also blocks you from seeing his actual effort, who he actually is right now. So when you stop treating the fantasy like the real him, you stop doing the emotional chasing in your head, and you stop over-explaining, or you stop trying to fix the silences and fill them. And that's when he feels the shift eventually. He senses you are no longer imagining a future with a version of him that doesn't exist. He has to actually show up if he wants you, if this matters for him. So your energy pulls back and his effort naturally will increase. Otherwise, you will be out of there. So let's talk about homework before we wrap up this episode, because actions create results. So 3 steps. Step number 1, set your 24-hour self-focus challenge. Instead of trying to not obsess over him, focus on what you love and what makes you happy. For example, when you feel the urge to check his messages, do something for yourself. Read a book, go for a walk, or enjoy a favorite hobby of yours. This way, you're building a habit of choosing yourself, not to just not focus on him. Because again, our brain is really bad with negatives. If you tell yourself, oh, I can't obsess over him, don't think about him, you will think about him more. It's just like when you tell yourself, oh, don't think about the pink elephant. The only thing right now you're thinking about is the pink elephant. So again, refocus instead of telling yourself not to do something. Step number 2 is look back and learn. So reflect on early experiences. For instance, maybe as a kid you felt the need for more attention because your parents were busy or not always around, or sometimes they were around and then the next day not. By understanding the root causes, you can actually see that your current feelings and your need for obsessing and being hypervigilant about the people who are actually unavailable are always linked to the past. When your partner's actually unavailable right now and you want him to be available for you, it's actually linked to your dad not being available for you. So you have to link this always back to the root cause to be able to heal the current moment. This helps you break free from the cycle and let yourself choose yourself, your own validation, instead of choosing your partner's validation, and your partner's attention. And number 3 is choose one simple boundary and be specific about it and stick to this. For example, pick one clear rule for today, like not rearranging your plans for someone, or don't always ask your partner what he wants to do at the weekend, and choose one thing you want to do for yourself first. Then write down what might happen if you don't keep the boundary, like feeling more stressed or less confident. And especially think about long-term consequences. What is the impact on your self-esteem, on your life, on your kids, on your stress levels, on your work as well, everything. And then what positive things can happen if you do keep that promise, that boundary, like feeling more empowered, more confident. Your body language will change. The people you attract will change. You become more magnetic. You build self-trust. And this is actually how you rewire your patterns already. You journal, you write, and you align your actions with this. So I hope you liked this episode. Let me know on Spotify what you liked, or on YouTube. And please give me a 5-star rating. This would help so much to boost my podcast into the charts more, and I will always feel literally like I'm seen as well. So thank you so much for being here. You're doing absolutely amazing for already listening to so much of this episode, and I'm sorry if there were too many repetitions, but yeah, I'm doing the best I can, and I know you're doing it too. And lots of love. Remember, change in your relationship starts with you, thought by thought, action by action, and now episode by episode. Lots of love, Yula.